welcome to Epida Studio. My name is Elizabeth, and today we're going to be making this Ohio Star quilt block. This is a traditional block, and it's really pretty and makes some nice quilt designs. This is the 7th star block in the Twinkle Sampler Quilt. So if you're interested in that, you can follow along with the link below. Today I'm going to show you how to make the 12.5-inch square version of this block. So for that size, you're going to need 4 background squares of 4.5 inches. Now, often in quilts, the background fabric is a lighter color and the feature fabrics are medium and darker color. But in this case, I'm using dark for the background, and that's fine. You can choose whatever color combination you want. It's just a lot easier to see your design if there's contrast between the background and the feature fabrics. So you're also going to need a 4.5-inch square of the feature fabric. And then the last thing you're going to need 4 quarter square triangle units at 4.5 inches square. Now, a quarter square triangle unit is made with 4 triangles put together to make a square. I recommend that you would make these with the most popular method, which involves making 2 half square triangles and then putting them together. And that method makes 2 at a time. So if you want a whole video tutorial on how to make that, there's a link below. You can get that. But you will need 4 of these. And at this point, they're going to be 4.5 inches square. In the finished quilt, they're going to be 4 inches square. So you're looking for 4.5 inches square. And once we have all the pieces, we're just going to go lay them out and make sure we get them in the right orientation. The feature square goes right in the middle of the block, and the background colors go at the corners. Then the quarter square triangles, they go pointing out from the center. And you'll be able to tell it's the right way when you have background all the way around at the edges. There's no feature color at the edge. And you can see there's a little echo star or echo square in the middle there. So when you see this laid out, you can realize, oh, this is just like an eye patch block. There's 3 across and 3 down. So we're going to assemble that in the same way as an eye patch. We're going to join the 3s into rows and then join the rows together. So to start off, I'm just going to fold those over and then take them to the sewing machine. And I'm going to hold them on this side to remember that this is where I'm going to be stitching. So here I am at the sewing machine, ready to stitch. And you want to make sure that you're stitching with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I have a little marker here. I checked my seam allowance before I started so that I know I'm in the right spot. And check your seam allowance anytime you're using a new fabric, new thread, new size needle, because all of those things can affect your seam allowance. Don't just automatically rely on a 1/4 inch foot, because the little things can make a big difference. So I'm going to chain piece and stitch one right after the other without stopping. So now we have our pieces put together. We need to press them. So to press them, lay them with the solid square up, not the 1/4 square triangle. Then we're going to set the iron on just to press in the seams. And use your iron with an up and down motion, not a back and forth motion. Then we'll open and press that seam. So this means our seam will be pressed toward this solid fabric. And I would do that even if the background is a lighter color, because these seams will add a lot of bulk. So if they're pressed back on themselves, then that's going to be a lot of bulk in that corner. So we want to have the seam under just the plain square. So I'll do the same with the other ones. And this one, also the middle one, press toward the solid square. I'll just take a look. Yep, everything is still lined up. So we're going to add this piece on and then press again. So here we have the third piece added, and we're going to press the same way, have the plain square facing up. So there we have our 3 rows done. Now we're just going to join the rows together. And the one way that pressing helped us is now when we're going to join the rows together, the one seam's going one direction, the other seam's going in the other direction. So that means they will really nest together nicely. Now, if you want a pin to hold on to that to help you, you can feel free to use a pin. That's not a problem. But because these nest nicely, I find that I can usually just hold them, and at the sewing machine, it goes right through. Now we're going to add our third strip on in the same way. Just press our last seam. Final press. I hope you enjoyed this block. You can use it either in a project by itself or as part of the Twinkle Sampler Quilt. For more ideas, inspiration, and tutorials, check out epidastudio.com.